learners, I once again welcome you in my course on educational administration, and the title of this lecture is today, that is scope of educational administration. We will discuss the scope of educational administration today. Learners' objectives of this lesson are that after the completion of the lesson, students will be able to recall the main areas covered under educational administration. They will be able to explain how educational administration supports a smooth functioning of the institution. Students and learners will be able to apply administrative ideas in managing school activities and resources. Learners will be able to analyze the roles of different persons and sections involved in administration. Learners will be able to evaluate the importance of educational administration in achieving the educational goals. With these objectives, I am again discussing the scope of educational administration before you learners. Learners' scope of educational administration is very wide and comprehensive. It is as it includes all activities needed for the smooth functioning of the educational system. It is not limited only to schools, colleges or universities, but also covers all educational programs and activities in general. It focuses on achieving maximum educational benefit for the maximum number of students. This line is very important, my dear students, my dear learners. That educational administration focuses on achieving the maximum educational benefit for the maximum number of students. This is actually one of the important aims, and this is for what educational administration is: to create congenial atmosphere, to create conducive learning environment in the school, to create congenial atmosphere and conducive environment in these universities, colleges, so that learning is possible, so that the hindrances which are there in the way of learning, teaching, learning, they can be removed or managed. And this is when done by proper and efficient use of human resources, teachers, students, supporting staff, and material resources, that is building, equipments, finance, etc. Educational administration helps in explaining and understanding the aims and purpose of education clearly. It ensures that all parts of the education system should work together in a very balanced and in a coordinated way. It provides proper planning so that educational activities are well organized in advance. It offers leadership. Educational administration offers leadership and guidance to the teachers, supporting staff for effective functioning. They should go hand in hand, both education administration and the teachers, supporting staff, and the other staff members available in the institution. There should not be any conflict between education administration and the people available in the institution, because for proper, it is actually ensures proper organization of resources, people, activities in the institution. It also includes the supervision, which helps in monitoring and improving the quality of education. Overall, it helps the smooth and efficient running of the educational institutions. The scope of educational administration is very broad. It starts from the highest level, where educational policies are developed, where educational policies are formulated at the national and state levels, and at this stage, at this highest level, important decisions about education systems, about the goals, educational goals, about the frameworks are made, thought of. It also extends to the lower levels, where policies are put into practice, that is in the schools and in the classrooms. Here the teachers and principals and administrators work, in fact, to implement the plans in real teaching learning situations. Educational administration covers everything from making educational policies to ensuring their proper execution in schools and classrooms. It includes various aspects such as educational planning, development of the curricula, school management, teacher management, students management, finance management, supervision, evaluation, maintenance of infrastructure, and facilities management. It also includes the development of constructive leadership relationships between schools and society. Education is closely related to social, economic, and cultural development at the national level. Therefore, the educational administration is important to ensure the educational institution contribute to national development. The scope of educational administration is very wide, dynamic, and includes all activities that help learners. Scope is very wide and dynamic, and also include all activities that helps in achieving the objectives and goals of education. First objective point which can be taken up here in the scope is educational planning. Educational administration includes planning educational policies, programs, as well as preparing for the future growth of the education system. It involves thinking ahead and making decisions that help improve education in the long run. This planning includes predicting the number of students who will enrolled in the future, managing the number of the students who will be enrolled in the future. It helps in prior arrangement of proper infrastructure like schools, classroom facilities, and preparing for the overall development of the education system. Educational planning is a systematic and future-oriented process that helps create better policies and strategies to expand and improve education. It involves, or it includes, you can say, setting goals and objectives, which is in very simple terms defining clear short-term and long-term aims for educational development. Designing policies and programs, meaning of this is framing suitable educational policies, suitable educational programs, again to achieve the desired outcomes. Allocating resources efficiently, meaning of this is proper use of financial, human and material resources. Monitoring and evaluating progress, continuous assessment to ensure goals are being achieved. Now we will see them one by one. First is setting goals and objectives, which is the first in the educational planning first point. That is defining clear, measurable and realistic educational targets. This means setting educational goals that are easy to understand, can be measured to check progress and are practical to achieve. It helps everyone know exactly what needs to be done and whether it is being achieved or not, so that it is also measurable, so that corrective action can be taken. Aligning in the setting goals and objectives, aligning goals with the national development and societal needs. Education goals should support the overall growth of the country. It should not be in contrary. It should meet the needs of the society. For example, if the country needs skilled professionals, education should be planned to develop such skills which are required by the country. It should not go against, what is required, there should be alignment with the requirement and what you are producing for your country. It includes short-term as well as long-term goals. Yes, short-term goals are immediate targets, usually for 1 year, while long-term goals are broader plans, maybe for 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years. But both are very important for the progress of the education. They should be carefully. Then the second one is designing policies and programs. In this we will be seeing learners some points, that is formulating educational policies based on the needs of the society. This means creating education rules, plans by understanding what society needs, such as educated citizens, skilled workers or improved literacy. Policies are designed to solve real social problems and support development. Developing programs for literacy, skill development and higher education. Education administrations also design special programs to help people learn basic reading and writing literacy, gain job related skills and pursue higher education like colleges and university studies. Another important point which we can take up here is ensuring policies are flexible and adaptable to change. Education policies should not be too rigid. They should be flexible. They can be updated according to the new challenges, technologies and changes in society. Integrating education with economic and technological advancement, economic and technological development. This means linking education with the growth of the economy and technology. It helps students gaining modern skills that are useful for jobs and supports overall national progress. Another important point in educational planning is allocating resources efficiently. Yes, proper distribution of financial resources, human resources and physical resources is also very important. This means using available money, staff members, teachers or other employees and physical facilities, building, classrooms, equipments available in the institution. They should be used in a balanced and organized way so that all parts of the education system are properly supported. Ensuring optimum use of limited resources. We are again, we are understanding allocating resources efficiently. In it we are discussing the ensuring optimum use of limited resources are limited. So whatever resources are available, they should be used in the best possible way. This means avoiding unnecessary spending, unnecessary expenditures, making sure that every resource everything which is available in the institution is used efficiently and it is giving maximum benefit for the institution. Budget planning for infrastructure, salaries, materials. Yes, education administration involves preparing financial plan, budget plan for important needs like building, maintaining in schools, colleges and universities, paying salaries to the staff members, providing teaching materials, equipments. So project planning also is very important. Avoiding wastage and ensuring maximum output in this. We have to discuss that proper management of resources are very important. They should not be wasted. If you are stopping the wastage, you are actually saving something. So instead they should be used very judiciously to produce the best possible results in teaching and learning. Now another important point is this is monitoring and evaluating progress. Continuous supervision of programs and policies. This means regularly checking educational programs and policies are being implemented. This is also very important. Using feedback, reports and performance indicators. Information is collected through feedback from teachers and students, official reports, performance. So this helps in understanding how well the education system is functioning. Identifying gaps and making improvements by reviewing progress, weaknesses or problems in the system. Gaps in the system can be identified, problems can be identified, progress must be reviewed regularly, necessary changes and improvements are made to solve these issues. Ensuring accountability and effectiveness of the system. Regular monitoring makes sure that all people involved are responsible for their work and the education system is achieving its goals effectively. Second point in the scope of educational administration is administrative structure and government control. Education administration actually entails structuring the education system through different levels like state, central and local government. This includes implementing educational policies and maintaining coordination among different administrative bodies to ensure that the education system is functioning properly. Third one is the school organization and institutional management. The other important aspect of education system is the organization and management of the schools, colleges and universities, educational universities, institutions. This may include maintaining records, managing departments, different departments, preparing schedules, organizing all the activities in the institution. Leadership role of the principal especially in the school. Principal, if a principal is of an education institution is the head, and he plays or she plays a vital role in the administration. Principal is not only an administrator but also a leader who can guide, who supervises, who coordinates all the activities of the school. The effectiveness of the school largely depends on the leadership of the principal. Principal also plays the role of a leader in the education institution. So he should maintain cordial relations with the students, with the parents and with the community related to the teaching or community related to the school or community which is the part of the because school exists in the community, exists in the society. So cordial relations should be there. Cordial relations should be maintained by the principal as far as any important stakeholder is concerned. Now principals, there are some important aspects of principal's leadership role, that is appointment and qualification. Principal is selected, appointed by the educational authorities. So principal should be chosen on merit and suitability of the role for which he is selected. Educational qualification, his educational qualification, whatever educational qualification is prescribed by the government, this should be ensured. And leadership and professional training of principal is also very important. Apart from academic knowledge, principal should also have training in leadership and management so that he can guide the institution effectively. Whatever experiences which is needed, that should be also taken into account while giving him or her chance, because experienced principal can understand classroom realities and can manage the institution in a very efficient way. Academic leadership is also very important, providing direction for teaching and learning activities. The principal guides that overall teaching learning process in the school by setting clear academic goals and ensuring all the classroom activities moving in the right direction. So ensuring quality education and improved student outcomes, the principal work to maintain, improve the standard of education so students perform better academically and develop overall skills and knowledge. He guides teachers in curriculum implementation and innovation. The principal supports teachers in properly following the curriculum and also encouraging them to use the new and effective methods of teaching to improve the teaching learning. He acts as a role model and leading learner in the institution. Principal sets an example actually for others through his behavior and continuous learning, inspiring teachers and students to improve themselves. He manages daily school operations and maintain discipline in the institution. He prepares, delegates, supervises school timetable, ensuring a school functioning and smooth functioning in the institution. Principal either prepares the, or he can assign this task to the other person, other teachers, but he has to supervise so that it is ensured that the classes, periods and activities are well organized and run without any confusion. Implementing educational policies and government rules. Yes, principal ensures that all the rules and policies set by the education authorities and government are properly followed in the institution. Maintaining the records and the official documents is also one of the responsibilities of the principal. That is why his appointment is very important, that what kind of principal you have appointed in your institution. If the wrong appointment is there, definitely other things will be useless. So good appointment ensures that everything is put into practice, everything is everything is going in the right direction. Now let us see human resource management, that is participates in recruitment, appointment of teachers. Yes, principals participate in recruitment and appointment of teachers and other staff members. The principal helps in selecting and appointing qualified teachers and staff members so that a school has competent people to work effectively. He supervises and evaluates teachers' performance. Again, his supervision is very important because this will help in maintaining the improving the quality of education. Encourages and provides training, guidance and motivation to staff members. The principal supports teachers by offering guidance, organizing training programs and motivating them to improve the teaching skills and performance. Encouraging professional development of teachers. Yes, principal promotes continuous learning among teachers by encouraging them to attend workshops, seminars and courses to grow professionally. Leadership and coordination coordinates the work of teachers, staff and students. The principal ensures that all members of the school, which includes teachers, staff and students, work together in an organized and planned manner so that the activities of the institutions run smoothly. Encouraging and promoting teamwork and coordination among staff members. Principal builds a spirit of cooperation among staff members, encouraging them to work as a team, support each other and share responsibilities. He also delegates duties effectively for a smooth functioning. Creating a positive and productive school environment. Principal helps develop a healthy, safe, encouraging atmosphere in the institution where teachers and teaching learning is taking place effectively. Maintaining, yes, school discipline and culture is also under the scope of education administration, that is establishing rules and regulation for the students and staff members, where principals set clear rules and guidelines for both students and staff to ensure discipline and proper conduct in the school. Promoting values like respect and equality and cooperation, where principal encourages everyone in the school to respect each other, treating all individuals equally and working together cooperatively. Another important thing which we can discuss in the purview of maintaining school discipline and culture, that building a positive school culture and learning atmosphere. Principal helps to create a friendly, safe, supportive environment where students feel comfortable or to learn and teachers can teach effectively. Now another important aspect here is financial management and resource management. Preparing and managing the school budget is also one of the important tasks given to principal, and ensuring proper utilization of funds and resources. The principal makes sure that the available funds and resources are used carefully, judiciously, wisely, without any wastage, so that all important areas of the institutions are supported. Looks after the infrastructure and maintenance of the school facilities. Yes, he is responsible for maintaining school building, for facilities like classrooms, laboratories, furnitures, playgrounds, and ensuring that they are in good condition for teaching learning process. And students welfare and development is also the responsibility of the principal, that the students are in safe environment, they are following the discipline, they are feeling physically and emotionally safe, they are overall well-being is important. Encouraging curricular activities, extracurricular activities. Principal promotes activities beyond academics like sports, debates, cultural events, These help in the all-round development of the learners. Providing guidance and counseling support, principal ensure that the students receive proper guidance for their students, for their studies, for career choices and personal problems through counseling, guidance and counseling, support system in the school. So this is ensured by the, and school community relationship is there, maintaining cordial relations with parents and community, are acting as a link between school and society, representing the school in public and official function. This is also the responsibility of the principal. Building trust and cooperation with all the stakeholders. Again, this is also the responsibility of the school principal. Planning and school improvement, developing school plans for improvement and growth, setting vision and goals for the institution, monitoring progress and introducing the reforms when needed. Principal regularly checks school progress, making necessary changes or improvements to ensure better results and continuous developments. Decision making and problem solving. Yes, it's also very important that principal makes very important key decisions about a school. Again, they are taking decisions in the meetings, handling conflicts among staff members, among students and parents, ensuring a smooth resolution of the issues. If there are issues in the institution, school environment may remain peaceful. It is ensured by the school principal that learning is not disturbed. Teachers, management and professional development, students administration and welfare, curriculum development and implementation, timetable and academic scheduling. These are important tasks for education administration, and educational administration through principal can ensure that discipline is there, classroom management is there. Promoting discipline and creating proper learning environment is very important for classroom, conducive classroom or conducive teaching learning atmosphere. So organization of students activities, evaluation examination system, all these things are also very important. Educational administration organizes co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities. These activities helps in developing leadership qualities and personality among the students. Another important scope of educational administration is the organization and evaluation of the examination process. Educational administration provides a fair and systematic evaluation of the performance of the students by conducting tests and examination. Infrastructure and school plant management, library and laboratory management, uh, other academic support, financial administration, inspection and supervision, school home relationship. I mean, relationship between the school and the home of the students is another important aspect of educational administration. Educational administration must ensure and emphasizes this, that the role of the home in the educational processes of the students, so that the learners can be guided properly at home as well as at school. This is the duty of the educational administration, that they must see that the school and community relationships are good. They must do everything possible to maintain the good relationship. Therefore, community, as we know that educational research is an innovation here, this is also very important that educational administration must promote research and experiments and innovation in teaching, learning and educational practices. And if you have to adopt new technology, modern techniques, and it is very important for quality of education, this must be ensured by the educational administration, and this comes under the purview of the educational administration. Development of the corporate life in the school. Educational administration helps in creating a spirit of cooperation, teamwork and shared responsibility among teachers, students and staff members, encouraging everyone in the institution to work together towards common goal instead of working individually. This sense of unity, cooperation, collaboration in an educational institution, as we say it's a corporate life, is very important. And development of corporate life in a school actually is very important, because in the colleges, the schools and universities, which is the miniature of the society, when we learn these things, the spirit of cooperation, teamwork and shared responsibility, they help the learners in their later life, that is when they become they are the citizens, future citizen of the country. So all these skills, all these these are very important, so that they can contribute not only for themselves but for the country also. So scope of educational administration is quite vast, comprehensive, because it includes almost everything about education system. It begins with the construction of administrative framework, formulation of educational policies at different levels, and goes to the proper implementation in schools, colleges and universities. Educational administration is responsible for effective management of all the important components such as teachers, students, curriculum, infrastructure, finance, teaching materials and other support services. It ensures that each of these elements or each of these elements works in coordination with the others so that educational goals can be achieved smoothly. It actually focuses on planning, organizing, directing and systematically supervising all activities. By doing so, it helps in maintaining discipline, improving the quality of teaching learning and ensuring that proper use of available resources. Thus, it is very important to understand that educational administration plays a crucial role in integrating all parts of the education system together and then ensuring the efficient functioning. Ultimate, Ultimately, it contributes to the smooth running, continuous improvement and overall success of the educational system. It helps in the coordination of teachers, administrators in the institution, students, parents and the community at large so that the purpose of education can be achieved. So, in the final analysis, a good and efficient school administration, educational administration helps in producing responsible citizen, advanced society and nurturing democracy. Therefore, broad scope of education administration is to make essential every indispensable part of the entire educational system. I think now learners, you are able to understand the scope of educational administration. It includes everything. The purpose behind the scope, why we are studying this scope of educational administration is that starting from policy planning, then implementing at the field, it includes this, it comes under scope of educational administration. So the purpose behind educational administration is to ensure that the teaching learning process is without any hindrance. Teaching learning environment is conducive, congenial. There is no issue in the classroom. So it is very important that the teachers are satisfied, students are satisfied, then only we can achieve the goals of the education. Thank you very much again, learners.